What's up, bandits? You are live, and it's Monday Night Crypto again, and it's a beautiful night. I have excellent guests with me tonight. Zach Humphries, the world famous Zach Humphries, the world famous Carmen Crypto is here with us tonight, and we have a lot of topics that we want to go over, but we've been grinding for a long time with Shiba Inu, and we've got some things we want to go over about burns and the community and this Web3 event that was in Miami. Just lots of great things, but with no further ado, I hope you all have a wonderful night and enjoy this stream. Here comes Zach Humphries and Carmen Crypto.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Well, again, thank you both so much for being here with us tonight on Monday. We got football. I think you've been spending some time down in Florida. So are you a Bucs fan, Zach?
I'm a Browns fan, so we got the best of the Bucs recently, but you guys have had more success here definitely than the Brownies. But yeah, man, Brady's still doing it, man. It's crazy, isn't it?
It is absolutely amazing, and I'm wearing his jersey tonight. I'm a Panthers fan, but we haven't had much to cheer for lately. My wife is a big-time Tom Brady fan, just loves him to death, so I'm supporting him tonight, hoping he can pull out the win.
Yeah, I wanted to see Baker do better over there in Carolina, man, but he had the Browns cursed, man.
Yeah, he sure did. Well, everyone watching tonight, this panel is brought together tonight to bring some love to the community of Shiba Inu. And we always talk about the power of the community. We're now 1.2 million strong. And when I got involved, I was in the 17,000 range. Zach, where were you at when you got in? Somewhere about there?
Yeah, right around that time. Maybe 17, 20,000 holders, something like that. Man, it's been a wild ride, Bandit, that's for sure. It
has been crazy, I mean, we've been up to $20 billion market cap. Do you remember?
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, a lot of people have like their opinion on SHIB, and a lot of people strongly are against it, and that's okay. But here's what you can't deny. How many people did Shiba Inu, and let's bring Dogecoin into this too. How many people did these two currencies help get people into crypto? And then they navigated the space. Then, okay, hey, there's this Bitcoin, Ethereum. Oh, I don't have to get a full Bitcoin. Okay, I can do this, and I can start diversifying. So regardless of how you feel about those two, I mean, they both, I think, have been huge gateways for so many people to come into crypto. And I think that's awesome in and of itself. I know there's a lot of naysayers out there with SHIB, but I think you can't deny that fact. You know what I mean?
You absolutely can. Carmen, what do you think about that?
I absolutely agree with that. I think that community tokens are the gateway to onboard, and it's a culture, it's a vibe, it's filled with passion, and it helps educate people in terms of how to take a look at how tokenomics work, what utilities should look like, what communities should look like, how do we communicate within the Web3 space. So whether you're connecting on Twitter, Discord, or Telegram, those are some of the onboarding challenges that every project has when they're taking a look at the no coiners as their main key audience. And hands down, these tokens are the epitome and pioneers in terms of onboarding people, because it's going to be difficult for somebody in Web3 to onboard somebody and try to explain something like a decentralized exchange with clearcryptos. But if you explain, hey, we have a vibrant community, we think about these values and these standards in the decentralized finance space, that's a little bit of an easier story to hear and tell.
It absolutely is. And Shiba Inu is built on love, okay? I know this because I've helped over 600 people get set up with wallets. You know the story, Carmen and Zach, and that has been a fun journey. But the love of that journey and watching people's eyes light up when you talk about Shiba Inu compared to other tokens, it really is different. I mean, you feel like this is your family. And as we've grown, I've learned so much about Shiba Inu. I had on Marcy Jastrow talking about what she's building with the metaverse. And I'm letting everyone know that's watching this that can hear my voice. This is so much bigger than you could ever imagine at this moment, okay? We're going to soon be shopping in that metaverse and buying things in our Shiba lands, and it's just going to be absolutely amazing. But let's go right in from that. Y'all was down in Florida at the Web3 event. Let's talk a little bit about that. How did it go for you?
Go ahead, Carl.
Well, I mean, I was extremely busy. In fact, Zach and I were in the same city, the same
No.
state, and we didn't even get a chance to meet, even though we tried. But that's how much energy and vibrancy happens at these in real life events. These are moments where I go to have business meetings and vet people, and also to search for gems and potential partners for the people that I work for. And when it comes down to meeting somebody in person, I mean, you can't get that through the screen. So it is about bringing communities together. So I particularly love getting to connect with speakers and keynote speakers and fireside chat guests and see the exhibitors, because these are people that during the market conditions that we have right now are still building and are still taking their time and their effort to be here and to create a future, regardless of what's happening.
And Zach, what did you experience?
Yeah, like Carmen, I love the panels. I love listening to people and talking to people in that formal setting, but I also love the informal nature of these conferences too. I mean, I'm coming from being an old professor where like things were very, very formal this is very different than that. I mean, it's very informal. It's welcoming, you want to be there, and the conversations and the people you meet just in passing, right? Like grabbing a coffee, downstairs in where were you? The Hyatt? I think it was the Hyatt, right there. That whole open area was just, that's what I love most, because you just get to run into people that are doing the thing that you're doing as well. And it's amazing. I highly recommend everybody to go to one. Bitcoin Miami's the big one coming up in April. I went to that one this past year and it was awesome. There are a lot of Bitcoin maxis there that don't want to hear about Shiba Inu, which that's fine. That's cool. You could still learn some things over there, but they're great, man. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's a good point. There's so many facets of our space that come together. So, I hosted a regulation panel, people that had tax information, like, oh, what was the tax clause for a rug pull, right? I also moderated a panel with 4 blockchain attorneys. And so you never know who you're going to run into. And you would be surprised at some of the big names that you can have access to by just attending one of these events. And to Zach's point, go into the lobby and grab a coffee and sit down and see who you rub elbows with.
It is absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that y'all did that. And it's a big difference from, when you're helping the average person who's never been in crypto to get set up, to finally get to go to events like this, to talk to people that are, somewhat up there on the same level as you are, so you can talk about the future in the proper way. You know what I mean? You're not back at the beginning every second. But, that kind of leads me to where we're going tonight. So the topic of tonight, I wanted to let everyone know, I started a new initiative. It's called millyshibburn. Basically, what that is I want everyone to spread the message of going to burn.shibaswap.com. And don't worry about the rewards that they were talking about and all that. This is a great portal to go to, and you can go and burn 1 million SHIB. Now, the reason why I come up with that, okay, let's talk about it. 1 million SHIB is less than $10, okay? We all spend that trading normally anyway. And if you do the math, there's 1.2 million holders. Say half of us do it. I know that's shooting way high. That's still 600 billion tokens out of the circulation, okay? And it was told to me by some team members that burning is still the most untapped power mover of the Shiba Inu token. And I believe we can create some excitement there. And I wanted to get y'all's take on that. What do you think about the burns? And what do you think about burning SHIB? Even though people say it will take years, do y'all agree that even burning 1 million, and if we was even burn 50 billion, it matters? Do you feel that way?
Zach, I'll let you take this one first.
Yeah, listen, Legal, I think you're 100% right. I think if everybody gets on board with this, I mean, it's the power of the community, right? We saw what Shiba Inu has done with just that, rallying the troops, right? So I love your initiative. I do think it's a very important, wouldn't call it use case, but it's a very important thing that needs to happen because of that huge number in terms of the total supply, right? And I know Shibarium's going to have built-in burn mechanisms. Shiba Eternity is going to take 5% of the in-game revenue and burn a little bit there, but it doesn't stop community members and initiatives like what you're putting forth from happening. So I love it, man. I think it helps, and obviously the use cases are stacking up now too. I mean, you mentioned the metaverse and having Marcy on, and I'm gonna have to ask you how you got a hold of her, by the way, off air, because I've been trying to reach her on LinkedIn. I'm trying to get her on the channel, so
Hard work.
I might have to.
I grinded her for 6 months, Zach.
I was gonna say it's got to be tough, man. Okay, all right, that's cool.
And
I'm like, what kind of snacks did you put out for
right,
that,
I've been
Santa?
trying to message her over there, but no, man, I think this is something that all of us can do. I mean, this is we can't all build out the metaverse like Marcy, right? We can't all build out Shiba Eternity like the devs can do, but we can do this. So this is what makes Shiba Inu so special, because it is so much more decentralized than other protocols out there because of this, right? And I think that's why people are so passionate about it, why they gravitate towards it, because they really feel like they're a part of it,
And let me tell you a quick story. I want y'all to know this, and Carmen knows this. Out of the 600 people that I brought in, a little over 600 now, we've got $2.3 million invested in SHIB. Okay, I keep a track of it. So awesome. Little old the one-leg-bandit from North Carolina has created enough excitement for $2.3 million in SHIB. They're all holding, they're all involved. And this is me. Okay, so let me tell you all that watch this video. You can make a difference. And that's the thing that SHIB allows us to do. It is free and open commerce that we can do anything we want to do to help better the community. I want you to understand that bringing people in and even getting your brother set up with a wallet is helping the community grow. So I just wanted to tell everyone that story and let you know what we've done. And it is truly amazing. So I want you to know that. And Carmen, go on with the next topic here.
Well, to kind of touch up on and add to the conversation about community, I think the Shiba community is one of the best set communities to actually take this initiative and really run with it, because there's such a deep culture and how tied together that community is. Once in a past life here in Web3, I was once known as the Chief Empress of Inferno Operations for a project that, specifically went on burn missions. And so aside from, I don't want anybody who's in the audience thinking that, hey, we're getting a little greedy here. We want the burn to happen because we want price action. We want that supply to go down. Those are all really great advantages to the action. But there's some additional things that happen with a burn. When a burn is done, you're raising the floor price and you're really setting a tone and saying, look, there's going to be stability. Not only am I holding my tokens, but if a large amount of us do a small action together, we're going to make a tidal wave and it's going to impact everyone. And so it really stems back to that WAGMI type of mentality that I think communities really have. And when we talk about meme tokens being some of the best gateways for onboarding people, taking them through and explaining how these, transactions affect a chart, how it affects a project overall, and what it can do for your own bottom line as an entire community is really important. And the fact is that it's just a small interaction on the blockchain to say, look, I'm going to sacrifice this amount, but look at the total value if everyone pulls together and says, look, we're going to move the needle ourselves. And very few things in legacy finance or in other industries can you find the power within a community to make that kind of movement without the necessity to ask permission from the entities that are running it. And so for that, that's quite unique in this area. So when you have a leader like the bandit leading the way and the charge and saying, look, let's do a little. It's just one moment that we say, I'm going to show that I believe in this community. I believe in this project. And for that, I'm going to sacrifice just a small portion of my bag along with everyone else to help make sure that we're all in it for the win.
It is beautiful. And what I want to do right now, while Zach continues to talk, I want to show everyone, look at the share screen here. I'm going to show everyone how easy it is to do this because, see, the problem is people don't know how to burn SHIB, okay? They haven't learned how to do it. So I'm going to do this in 1 second and show you all how I do it, okay? And it's real simple when you do it. You just go here to Shiba Burn. It's burn.shibaswap.com. I don't use my bag of SHIB on this. I just do what's called the buy and burn right here. So you can either switch it to use your Shiba, which I'm not going to do, or you go to buy and burn. And then you put in how much you want to burn. This value is $100 right now. So you just click buy and burn. And when you click buy and burn, you'll see it pops up your MetaMask here. You see your gas fee is $104. You click confirm, and then that's it. And it automatically does it for you. It's really cool. You'll watch my burn go from 20 million, which I burnt in the last week or so here, and you'll see it'll go up to whatever $100 was. But that's burn.shibaswap.com. And then you go over here to SHIBburn.com and you can check the transactions. And if you look and see, most of these transactions are within, a million SHIB. It's already started. The millyshibburns already started with our reach. And I'm just letting you know that it will take hold. And the more people that do it, the more will catch on. So I just really wanted to share that with everyone.
Yeah, and I want people to know that this isn't uncommon. So this isn't something that anybody should feel like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to throw this away, especially if you're coming in for the first time in a crypto. Quite frankly, there are a lot of tokens that exist out of the entirety of the Web3 space that we call deflationary tokens. So in their tokenomics, they have built in that every single purchase by or sell or transfer may have a small portion that is automatically burned. So nobody's asking you to do something that, other leaders find very advantageous to their project. This is just something that's going to be community led and quite a powerful testament to the community's confidence in the project.
And I completely agree. Zach, what is your real take on burns? I mean, you do this, you've been here, you are SHIB diehard, like you said, for over a year now. What are you feeling with the burns? I know, like, I just lit $100 on fire. Everybody thinks that, yeah. But it does get to a point where $100 is something.
100%. And I mean, so here's how I feel about it. I think it's important. I just don't think it could be the only thing a project does. And, Shiba Inu is very interesting because they kind of reverse engineered the whole process. They started as a meme token. And they basically said, let's build this community first and let them kind of drive the narrative. And so that's what they did. So they started as, let's just call it what it is, a joke, right? Everybody's like, oh, this is funny. And then it's like, okay, well, now we have this huge group of people who are passionate about being in this community. What do we want to do? And then they started building out the NFTs, right? Not to mention, people forget about this with SHIB, the fact that it's used for payment, even though that's not a big thing now, the fact that they're laying the groundwork for that, they're integrated with just about every big payment processor, huge brands that are getting into crypto. Shiba Inu is one of the first that they're looking towards. It's Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Those four are out of the gate, usually the first four that they go with. The fact that they're laying that groundwork, that's going to be big down the line. The fact that they have a ton of supply and it could be used down the line for micro payments, right? Because that's another utility in and of itself. So I think Burns just kind of fit in with all of these other things that they're doing. And of course, I think it was the Discord moderator, SHIB Queenie, who mentioned, I think within a 12-month span that they're projected, they could actually burn Bandit. Don't let me mess this up. How much was it? 161 trillion?
It was a massive amount. And yeah. I'm sorry I don't have that number. I heard her when she said that. And then everybody was like, oh my God, but that is what I'm talking about here. The massive, the burns are going to come in the back door and people won't see it. And then they'll feel it, right. And she's right. Imagine how much transactions going on with Visa every single day. Everyone knows that crypto is coming. I use Bitcoin or Ethereum daily. Do you do the same, Zach?
What's that?
Use Bitcoin or Ethereum daily?
Oh, I buy it daily.
Yeah. You ever have it? How are you doing this? I mean, do you use it for payments and for things like that on the web?
I don't right now, just because it's not that prevalent, but I think it will be, right? And I mean, there's more. I think there's more reason to spend Ethereum than Bitcoin. I mean, in my personal opinion here, I look at Bitcoin as digital gold. I look at more as a store of value, because the finite supply. It's got a ways to go to reach gold's market cap. At its peak, Bitcoin was about a $1 trillion market cap. Gold is about 10 trillion. So we're a ways away, but we're going to get there. Because if you ask somebody, my age, I'm 32, or somebody younger, do they invest in Bitcoin or gold? What's their answer? It's not gold.
No.
And it's not to say gold's going to go away, but I think it is. I think that's the future for Bitcoin. So I don't want to spend Bitcoin.
Right.
Because I wouldn't want to spend gold, right? I want to spend fiat, that dirty money. Get this stuff out of here. Inflation's making this stuff, go
50
down
cents on the dollar.
So yeah, I don't want to spend my crypto personally.
Well, I am so thankful that y'all are here with me. Zach, I look up to you. Carmen, I look up to you, and I appreciate y'all riding on this ride. And we are doing something amazing. We will be looked at back as pioneers. I know this. This is the reason why I know, Zach. 17,000 we got in this. We started promoting this, right? Who are they going to look at when SHIB hits a penny or 10 cents? And I know that people think we're crazy right now, but people was thinking Dogecoin was crazy. People was thinking Bitcoin was crazy. And we are those people that they're going to say they knew what the hell they was talking about a long time in advance.
Yeah. And, whether it's lucky or good, I'm just happy to be a part of it, man. And I think, crypto's changed my life in a multitude of ways. I mean, I was running the rat race not that long ago and making $40,000-$50,000 a year. And Shiba Inu is a big reason why I'm not doing that anymore. And I'll never forget that. So,
never.
Yeah, it's become a big part of me, and crypto has as a whole. So to have a small piece of the SHIB army and just to play a small role in that, I love it, man. I love doing this every single day. So
it's beautiful. Now let's talk about the good thing that's happening with clearcryptos. All right, transparency, trust, all this stuff that clearcryptos is bringing to everyone out here that is confused about cryptocurrency. Y'all, please talk a little bit about clearcryptos, the future with that, and where it's heading in the future.
Yeah, so I'll hop in real quick because you guys have probably heard me talk about clearcryptos in so many different ways and facets, but I think as an update, my relationship with the team has always been something that's impressed me so deeply because we have the right people in the right place. What's exciting for me is that I got to spend some time in Miami with our CEO. I got to meet one of our board of advisors in person, and the talent that we have around us is really just so impressive because everybody has their own mastery, their own wheelhouse, and they're bringing a lot to the table. It's a very fine-tuned machine. And every time that I sit down with the CEO, there's always new alpha that I immediately have 10 shows after that I just have to close my mouth and keep tight-lipped. But it is all really exciting stuff. So, from an investor standpoint, you want to get plugged in. Get plugged into the Discord, follow our Twitter spaces. We're bringing our advisors on to talk about what their perceptions are about the market, about what they foresee with clearcryptos and the direction that we're going. And if you're not plugged in yet, I'm urging you to, because there's going to be some wild announcements. But from day one, we have delivered a full utility to every single one of our investors, and we continue to make announcements on what things are coming out. So we just created our rewards program where if you hold and diamond hand your clearcryptos, you're going to basically have an opportunity to double your bag every 6 months over the next 4 years. You already know that by being a holder, we want to value you as a holder. So for that, you get reduced gas fees. You also have to look forward a full version 2 of our analytics platform with even more features and benefits. So these are things that are very uncommon in our space because you see a lot of projects pop up that are bootstrapping their mission and their opportunity to deliver on the utility, which is not anything that is wrong in this space. It's just, that's what the blockchain is actually really great for. But most people in this space are looking for a home project that they can find great tools, a great team, some roadmap that gives them longevity and scalability within the business. So if you're looking for that gem, you've really found it, and you can do your own research, but we're always available. So you can find me on Twitter. You can find Zach on Twitter. You find us active in the community because great projects have great leaders, and leaders know that their community wants to connect. And so we're there for that.
And Zach, new people coming into Clear Cryptos, what are they getting that they don't get from every other site or from everyone else that's trying? What do you feel is the best thing right now?
So it's hard to narrow it down to just one thing, but I'll try my best. So what really drew me into Clear Cryptos was, number one, I got a chance to meet the CEO and meet team members, which is in and of itself just very different from the seat I sit in. A lot of times I'm talking to people on Zoom and I'm trying to gauge, are they good people, or do they mean well, are they trying to do good for the space? And it's hard to navigate it. I mean, admittedly, I've made mistakes, talked about projects that have turned out not to do what they said they're going to do. And that happens a lot. A lot of those projects have elaborate roadmaps, right? That we're going to do all this sort of stuff. Clear Cryptos doesn't have that. And in talking with them, they're running this like a Fortune 500 company. And that's how they look at this. And, companies like that look at solving problems as they come. I mean, obviously there's, time in between there to solve each problem one by one, but they're not looking at doing the next flashy thing, and they're not creating hype. They don't have to, because they're here to solve real problems. I made a tweet today. I think I can read when I type something, sometimes it's better than when I could say it. I don't want to get rich in crypto. I want to be part of something special in crypto. I want to help change the landscape for the better. This is why I was so drawn to Clear Cryptos over 8 months ago. Had the opportunity to meet the CEO, meet the team, etc. And like, that's what I've really learned from my experiences here in the last year and a half is, okay, I've kind of figured out there's good people, there's bad people, there's projects that are trying to do good. How can I start to really make an impact? Not only just making money is great, but how can I be a part of something really special and play a small role in that really changes DeFi and crypto? And there's no other project that's doing what CCX is doing in that regard to make that kind of impact. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. That's why I was drawn into it so early on, man. So
I'm passionate about decentralization. I don't want centralized exchanges like FTX and people who do not care not 1 cent about everybody to mess up what we've created as communities. Okay. And Clear Cryptos gives decentralization the voice and all the tools to be successful. That's my main thing there. When you get into Clear Cryptos, you have all the tools. You can look at all the different charts, everything you want, and they're willing to give you crypto for being a holder. And that is big. That shows love and loyalty. That's what decentralization is about. And that's why Clear Cryptos will be successful. Not to mention the board and all the people that really do care that it's going to monitor it step by step to ensure that, like you said, like a business, it marches forward and gets to where it needs to get to.
Yeah, and I know Carmen and I both have this like, we know some things that we can't make public, so it's really difficult to yeah, but exciting. We'll say that. Exciting.
Yeah. There's a couple of points I want to add, that we are here for the mission, and it's to clean up the space. That's why you see the board the way it is. That's why you see a big team. That's why you see the tools that we want to empower no coiners with, so that they can get onboarded with the right type of tools to make great decisions, unmanipulated by the pay for play system. But all in all, what we know now based on the news and the optics on crypto is that people need to understand that a DEX isn't the second part of your journey. It can actually be the first part of your journey. That there are people within this community who really understand that we need to zoom out and go back to the fundamentals of why the blockchain technology is going to be here forever. And that is a ledger that's immutable, and the ability to transact. And so a decentralized exchange really takes away the issues that we saw with the FTX failure, right? When somebody has the keys to the castle and makes bad decisions, they're playing with other people's money, and that's not fair. And so with a decentralized exchange, we kind of create this hybrid where you do have support, where you do have a community behind it, where you have leadership that's going to be there to make sure that we can scale as regulation comes down the way. And so for that, we have actually rooted ourselves a foundation that should last for a really, really long time, while memorializing and commemorating some of the deep values that I think we've set as standards on the community side. So it's just a perfect opportunity to remind everybody that even though though the market conditions are a bit uncertain and scary and they don't look good for us right now, the beauty of the blockchain is that we have the solution today. And so it's just a matter of getting people acquainted with what that is and getting them onboarded in a safe manner.
Absolutely. Everyone go to clearcryptos.com. Check it out. They have a swap. They have everything you need right there on that website. Check them out and get involved. Don't miss out on, I mean, you still would be in the top 1,000 holders, I do believe, if I haven't checked today, but it's getting close to 1,000 holders. But this is what you call early. And we're sitting here waving our hands and telling you early as possible to take a look at least. I never tell anyone to get involved or spend money. I tell you to take a good look, and that's the best way we can say it. Are you looking? Okay. So Zach, I know you guys spend family time, and you know, again, huge thank you. I want to spend some more time with you live whenever we can do this. But do you have any final words tonight?
Yeah, man, I've got a few more minutes too. If you want to keep going for like another, I got another 10 minutes or something.
Okay, 10-4.
Yeah, but no, man, I'm happy that you brought me on, and it's I'm gonna have to bring you on my channel as well, man. And the more the merrier in this space, man, trying to do good and bring people in. And that's what I'm all about. You know, my good buddy, Austin, you probably know him. He helped me out so much. So when I first was getting started, I had no idea what I was doing. I just had broadcasting background, but I had never been on YouTube before. I was learning crypto as I went along. And, you know, he helped me out, and I'm looking to just pass the torch as much as I can and help people. And because we're all just part of this small 5%, you know, and there's so much, you know, especially during this bear market, you see all this fighting now, and everybody was so nice back in November 2021, right?
Exactly.
Now everybody wants to be at each other's necks, but it's like, why? Like, if we're going to be tribal about anything, let's be tribal about crypto as a whole, because we got a lot of work to do, right? I mean, there's 95% of people who think we're crazy. So, but we're fighting amongst the 5%. That doesn't make any sense, right? So sorry, I'm rambling, but yeah, man, thanks.
No,
Thanks
I
for
love
having
it. Just that ramble right there, it makes you think. And everyone that's out here that's listening to this, there's 95% of people out here that's not even involved. Imagine what you can do, okay? So what goes through my mind, I'm a federal contracting master, okay? I know federal contracts. I know medical supplies. I'm an amputee veteran. So, but then when I started to think, what about if you put business and crypto together and you speed up that process as far as transactions and integration and teaching folks? That's where it's at, you know, so that's where my piece is. But imagine you have a coffee shop and you want to make it SHIB themed. You can go on and do that and burn SHIB. If you want to sell beautiful cups like this with the one-legbandit written on the back of it for people and then burn SHIB, hey, you can do anything in cryptocurrency. It's the wild blue yonder. And if you don't have a job yet, let me tell you something. There's so much work here. It's ridiculous. If you want to work, cryptocurrency is where it's at. It's the new frontier. Zach looks 10 years younger since he switched over to this world. You know, he was teaching students and they were yapping at him, I'm sure, about homework. And now you're getting to relax a little bit, aren't you, Zach? You're doing what you love.
Yeah, I love it, man. As long, I wish my hair would grow back. That hasn't happened yet, but yeah, man, it's fun. You know, being in this industry, and I think Carmen, you know, she could speak to this even more so than I can. It changes every day. I mean, that's what makes it fun. I think so many people out there. Sorry, I'm like a psychological guy a lot sometimes, or like, I don't know, I like to analyze stuff. So many people are going to the job like every day, just like, damn, I got to wake up and do this damn thing again. Right. And like so many people are stuck in that trap. And a new industry like this, man, that'll get you out of it, because every day you're doing something different. You're solving a new problem. You're talking to somebody new. So yeah, I'm rambling again. Sorry.
No, this is the gold rush, isn't it, Carmen? This is the
gold rush
of our era. We're not digging nuggets out of the ground, but if you find the right cryptocurrency or the right project, good people, the key here, if you do the right thing every day, you never have to worry about your job or your pay. My best friend always says that. It's a fact. And if you find the right crypto that thinks like that, you're set, you know? So enjoy that ride. And I strongly believe in that. And I hope that everyone listening here hears that as well. Carmen, what you got for last thoughts tonight?
Look, I'm going to hype you up real quick, because the work that you do for your community and how you've entered into the space and found your passion through helping others and onboarding them is is so beneficial to every single person, whether they know who you are or not. You're doing something for us overall as a whole. There's some common sense things that kind of like leave your head the moment that you start to transact on the blockchain, because you're working with your money, you're learning, there's a learning curve to that, and you're talking about numbers. But remember this, your behaviors every single day, to Jonathan's point, do good things, and then you will get good results. If you're new to the space, find mentors like John and Zach to plug into, so that you can change your mindset, especially if this is a space that you've never been involved in before, or you just don't even deal with finance on this type of level in the legacy systems. When it comes down to it, like if you hop into the space and you do your first transaction on the blockchain, and you are now doing the behaviors of a day trader, that's where you're going to find a lot of like wreckage, right? So it's not about timing the market, it's about your time in the market. And for myself, spending the last 2 years and changing my entire career to be in this space full time, it's not impossible. And I don't code and I'm not a dev, but I have found mentors. And that's my biggest recommendation to anybody. Find a voice in the space that aligns with your mindset and what you want to accomplish in this space. And from that, you'll have a good jump start.
I agree. Crypto is love. I just made the post on here, so it goes down forever. Crypto is love. We get to create more love and more family and more community because of cryptocurrency than I could ever explain. And if anybody tries to take this away, they're going to have a major, major problem, because we are here to stay, and we do not want to be in that rat race anymore, where you take half of everything that you earn. We want to do it. We're risking our money. We're training everybody the right way, but we want to have the freedom to transact like this. And we want it to be black and white on a blockchain, so people know exactly what is happening. And we know we can follow it to the very end where that money's going, and do things the right way.
Agreed.
Amen, brother.
Amen. Well, look, everyone, the One Leg Bandit and the party's going on tonight. We're about to watch some football, spend some time with the family. But we are bringing you great information. And just a quick recap. Clear Cryptos, you got to check it out. millyshibburn. Burn 1 million SHIB and just see what happens if 100,000 of us do it. See if we don't get on the news. See if people don't start talking and hashtagging. Let's just see what we can do. You never know. Okay. And besides that, follow Zach Humphries. Follow Carmen Crypto, and please follow the One Leg Bandit. I'm at 13,000. I want to get to 20,000 hardworking subscribers before the end of this year. I'm running out of time, but I'm still going to try my best. But I love y'all all, and thank you, team, for being on board, and we'll holler at you later. The Bandit's out.